Hi, I'm Adam and welcome back to First Man Photography. Now, I've got a little problem just at this second, but before we get into that, this video is sponsored by Lexar. If you need fast, reliable and high quality SD cards, look no further than Lexar. After a few years of making videos, I realised there was a few things that are actually quite boring to talk about in landscape photography. I can literally see people stop watching the videos when I talk about them. One of them is the weather. Now, as a landscape photographer, it's unfortunately something you've got to pay attention to, but I sometimes find myself just whittering on about the weather, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I talking about? This is so boring. If it's in a video, I'll just cut it out. However, I'm currently at the behest of the weather because there's just been so much rain. I'm totally cut off from where I need to go, and I literally can't get through. This is the path here, which now looks like a river. This is the stream here. That's about 4 feet deep. That is about 3 feet deep, and I've only got winter walking boots on, which are the best things I've got with me today, and I can't get through. If you come down here, there's this little sort of strip here, and then it just comes to an end. And if I spin the camera so you can see my feet, like, you can see how far that's going in. And that's the shallow bit. And it just gets worse. I mean, it doesn't look too bad from there, but it is getting deeper all the way to that fence. And then it kind of goes round, and the whole place is completely flooded. And I can't get to where I want to go without hiking back to the car and driving round. And it's particularly frustrating because the conditions are fantastic. Just look at the light on those trees there. I'm just gonna get out this water. The light on those trees is just fantastic. Over there as well, where I want to go on the lakeside, there is some fantastic rainbows keep bursting into life essentially, as it's just started raining and being sunny at the same time, so it's perfect for rainbows. Oh, so frustrating. It's particularly frustrating because I only have about an hour before I start running a 4-day tour of the Lake District. And I wanted to get a bit of a video done and a couple of shots in while the weather's quite exciting. But look at that, there's no way I can even get across that. So I actually think if I could get up to that fence, I would have quite a nice shot still of what's going on over there. But there's literally no way across this stream apart from the possibility of that. I'm gonna get wet feet, but I wanna do it. I'm gonna do it because I've got another pair of boots back at the hotel, so it's pretty deep. I think if I just go quickly though, it's gonna be the way. That's it. Ah. I certainly didn't make that look cool, did I? It is, the rainbow's coming already. I knew that was going to happen. Damn it, I missed that one. I think I'll have another one though, because the rain just moved over my head and then the sun is following it, so I'm hopeful that another rainbow is going to turn up. But the composition's just not what I was hoping for. But we'll work at it a little bit and see if we can make something happen. Just don't feel like I'm making the best of it, and I've also just made a comedy of errors. One thing is I left my 24-70 lens in the van, and that is the exact one I need, partly because I was expecting to be able to get much closer to the lake, and I know when you're near the lake, the 70-200 and your wide 16-35 in my case is the perfect lens combination. But because I'm so much further back from the lake, and the way that rainbow just exploded, the 24-70 is exactly what I need. I was just doing a little recce before the tour starts, trying to keep weight down. I'm now swelteringly hot in that sun. But with the photography, what I will do in these very changeable conditions, and it's a good thing to fall back on when you are in the midst of the manic changing conditions, is to just concentrate on one thing. And that's, what do you want to include in your frame and what do you want to exclude from it? And in these changeable conditions, if you just think about those two things, it will simplify everything. So in my case, I wanted the rainbow in. I wanted to include it and exclude pretty much as possible outside of that. Then I changed my mind and decided I wanted to include some of the foreground and more of the mountains behind. So I widened it, so I did 2 shots. I then realised I needed the extra focal length, which I didn't have the 24-70, but I stuck the 70 to 200 on. That's then allowed me to focus in on that brighter part of the rainbow, which was over to the right hand side. It's disappeared now, and got a little arc of the rainbow with the crag on the right hand side and some of the mountains in the distance. So I was thinking about purely including that brightest part of the rainbow and excluding the rest. So it was just the composition, when you think like that, almost just makes itself. Look at the light over there. That's absolutely fantastic, and it looks like a bit more rain is coming as well. So if that rain comes over our heads here, we should end up with another rainbow. So sometimes I honestly think it's worth, when things are this good, letting the landscape photography come to you. So I'm going to stay here and see what develops, because there is stuff all around. But as you know, this video is sponsored by Lexar. Now, if you need a fast, reliable and high quality SD card, then Lexar have you covered. They've got a full range of capacities, speeds, types, and yeah, they're just absolutely phenomenal cards, and I've been using them for a very long time. One time when I was in Wales, I dropped my camera into the water. It got absolutely soaked, and as you can see here, when I pulled the SD card out, it was also soaked because the camera just got totally submerged. But I give it a quick wipe off, put it in my pocket, and then when I got home, put it into my computer, and it just worked flawlessly. That kind of reliability when you're grabbing these fairly unique and exciting shots is exactly what you need. So go to the link down below and check Lexar out. Give them some love for sponsoring this channel, and you will definitely not regret it. Now, a little while ago, I did a full section where I made a cup of coffee in the field and took a lot of flack, and rightly so, for using instant coffee. And since then, I've been trying to find a way to up my coffee game. But now I have bought a new thing. It is the AeroPress Go. Now, this is not sponsored or anything by AeroPress. It's sponsored by Lexar, you know that. But this is the AeroPress Go. This is going to be the first time I've used it, but it's pretty straightforward, so I'm going to brew one up, I think. Oh, that's so good. One of the other things that someone mentioned when I made that previous coffee was, why don't I just use a flask? And in this case, you could say, why don't I just go to the hotel, which is literally to the other side of those trees? You're missing the point. If that's what you think, you're really missing the point, because A, I'm still in this stunning landscape and a rainbow could burst into life any minute, so I don't want to go back to the hotel. But could I have made this in a flask? Yes. Would I have enjoyed doing that as much? No. If I was further away from civilization, the process of making this coffee and then drinking it would give me a boost. It would make me feel better. It would up my game. It would up my spirits. It would warm me on a cold day. And when you're out and about in difficult weather like this, you absolutely need that to keep your spirits high so you can capture these great shots. Because if you don't keep those spirits up, you're going to let the weather get on top of you. You're going to lose the mind game, and you're not going to get the shots, and you'll regret it. But if you push through, raising the spirits with a bit of humour, a bit of coffee and warm food, and then you can cope with more and get more done, and you'll feel a massive sense of achievement at the end of it, especially if there's been challenges. Right, this is absolutely hilarious. The rain has come again. The sun was there and it's coming in and out now. But what I did, I've used my brain a little bit and resolved my issues with the focal length in a way that you can do if your lens is too long for the width you want to do. A very simple tactic is to do a panorama. And as you can see, that rainbow now is just streaking across me. So I'm all focused in, and I'm just gonna, let me have a quick look, make sure I get the first one right. So I'm focused in, and I'm just gonna go a third in each time, but I need the sun to last. for as long as I get round. And I've done it once already when the same rainbow was there and I didn't quite get to the end, so that side of it is not going to be in my image. Hopefully that sun will last enough time. Oh, look at that rainbow, it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going a third into the frame each time. I'll tell you the settings in a minute. F11, 1/80th of a second, ISO 100, come on, I'm getting there. It's fading again. I think it's actually a double rainbow. Probably not going to get that in. Come on sun, stay with me. One more frame. Look how intense it is. Oh wow. As it starts to fade again as the sun goes in. Oh my goodness, look at that rainbow. Absolutely stunning. See you again very, very soon. Cheers.